I had two goals when I met Bruce, and he asked me what I wanted, and I said, well, I'd like to earn a decent living, and I'd like to have a cat. Come on, guys. Okay, grab him now. All right, let's see what we can give you just to make you. Good.
Can sound like this. If you're having a little trouble getting the spirit, you get in a boat with a bunch of Christmas lights on at night, you're going to be in the spirit. And that's what it does for me. And it lights me up. That's Florida on the tank.
So Terry and I have been married 37 years.
It'll be 38 years in February.
And it's been a very wonderful adventure at least for me. And I think Terry would agree, at least initially.
Definitely.
We had a very romantic first year where we bought a little house on the Gulf of Mexico. And at the same time, what were we doing?
We had 150 crab traps. We were crabbing for stone crabs.
And blue crabs.
No.
Well,
every now and then we get a blue crab.
It was great fun because I would be driving the boat, and she was in charge of bringing the traps up, and I would help her empty the trap, and then she would chase the crabs around the boat, and the blue crabs would go. And she didn't like chasing the blue crabs.
It was all activity that, from my perspective, looking back on it now, I really wouldn't even consider now.
You wouldn't do it again?
Well, no, I'd marry you, but we had no telephone for the first 4 months we lived there.
It was wonderful.
There were no cell phones.
That was wonderful.
We'd go out on the boat, you couldn't see land, and we wanted to have a family, so we knew we had to start moving in the direction of more civilization.
We bought a horse, and we've had different livestock here on the property that the kids can enjoy. As they got older, I got thinking, well, what else can I do out back?
And at that time, I went to the vet, pick up a prescription for one of our dogs. And while I was there, I asked if there were any kittens in need of adoption. But a woman came over to me and said, excuse me, I couldn't help overhearing that you're looking for a cat. And I said, well, not really looking for a cat, but I try to adopt a kitten every year. And she said, well, would you please just look at this cat? My father loved this cat. She's old. I can't keep her. I'm in a no-pet condominium. I just feel terrible about it, but would you just look at her? And I look in this carrier, and this beautiful long-haired calico, absolutely beautiful, which just happened to be one of Bruce's favorite colorations in cats. So of course I took the cat and brought her home and suggested to Bruce that next time he better go to the vet and pick up his own prescriptions.
That's right.
And that was really the beginning of the concept of Cat's Cradle as a facility specifically designed to care for older cats who had no place to go. And through that process, we found that the cats had a problem and their humans had a bigger problem because they were in situations where they literally could not continue to care for their pets due to health or going to a nursing home or through death where the children of the people could not manage the pets for one reason or another. So the next phase was Bruce's idea was that he wanted to create an area that the cats would enjoy.
Hello, Tucker. Prowler. There's Bumble and Clyde. This is Babette. This is their main eating area. Here they come, coming over from the bridge for breakfast. Come on, guys. Come on, Bumble, don't block the bridge. Come on. We don't try to manage them, we try to understand them and make the enrichment activities matched to the cats
Right.
as opposed to the other way around.
Calvin, come on, Calvin, you can do it. Some of these cats still have game. Come on.
For us, it's kind of a big family, and this gives me an opportunity to be with more cats than I could possibly ever have imagined. And I love all of their personalities, just the way you love the personalities of different people that you might meet.
Hello. Yeah. We'll start.
So that we can be responsible for the continuum of this wonderful, beloved pet, which we have also come to love over the time that we've had the cat. We have begun the establishment of the Butterfly Memorial Garden, where the ashes of any of our elder cats will be sprinkled. And it's not ready yet for that, but within the next 6 months we'll have plantings here that will attract butterflies. And when we're out in the greenhouse, of course, we'll be thinking about the cats. I'm sorry, I wish the equinox could be here.
The end of life for our cats is always difficult. The longer that they're here, the more difficult it becomes. But it's always sad when a living thing dies. It just is. Even though it's hard, you never get used to it. We do everything medically possible to keep the cats going, and we work with our veterinarians to be sure that we've taken all the steps to prolong their life, as long as we can assume that they're enjoying their life. That sometimes it's even harder after they've been sick, because you've worked so hard to make things better, and yet you know it's not going to get better, it's just a matter of time. But that's true with all living things. And I think the fact that these cats are old, we're old, we have a sense of those issues, and so we're kind of bound together by it. But again, it's just part of your responsibility. Just like feeding them and petting them and loving them, you have to help them at the end.
Many times when these cats come, they come with different neuroses that they've developed where they were before, maybe because they were threatened by dogs or whatever it might have been. Very gratifying to see the transition from what they were when they came to what they become.
It's like they bloom. They really get to be what they're meant to be, and that is a fabulous feeling to see that happen.
We recognize that these cats have seen Christmas trees before, very likely, with their former owners, and there's nothing new about a Christmas tree to a cat. So in terms of maybe bringing a little bit of their prior existence back into the present. Since these cats are up in age, they have no interest in climbing the tree or knocking the ornaments off, or some of the things that you would normally associate with younger cats that are looking for an opportunity to play with something.
I can answer that. They love me more.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all right.
No,
I'm
I think
Catmandu.
he's Catmandu. but I'm the cat lady. And well, you have to understand, they see me first thing in the morning, and they know that it's breakfast time. There's a big lineup. There's a big march to breakfast. There's the loading of the bowls. There's the distribution. It's a dance that we do. It's like Christmas morning. Every time I go out there, it's to a round of applause, because I'm there, and I talk to them, and they're my friends, they're my companions and family, and it's fun. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun because it's time to go out to Cat Town, and other people say to us, "Well, you can never go anywhere. You can't stay overnight." We don't want to. This is what we want, and there's nothing more important to me other than my children and grandson and Bruce than taking care of our cats. I find that we're not sitting around waiting for someone to call, or we love to see our children, but they have their own lives, and they have the comfort of knowing that we have something that we love to do. So I would say that the cats give us as much as we ever give them, for sure.
This is our finished butterfly garden, and as you can see, we've already got visitors. Here you are. Beautiful butterfly bench for contemplation. This little monarch just will not leave me alone. How wonderful.